Hey guys, this is the process on how I recreated this beautiful corset blouse or gown. So these two styles you're looking on the screen is just the same, but they are just different designs. Okay, if you're interested in learning how to make this corset, just keep watching. Okay, so first of all, I started the drafting. I was drafting this at night. I started the drafting and I have gone ahead to put some basic body measurements. I am drafting the front first. I have the bust, under bust, waist and the full length. The full length of the blouse I'm making is just 23 inches. So I'm going to go ahead to mark the neck width of 4 inches and the neck depth of 5.5 inches for now. So I'm just drafting out the front. Now to get your to know your blouse length for the corset, just measure down from shoulder to get your waist half length, which is 17 or 16 depending your size, then add extra 5 inches. That is how to get your corset blouse length. You can go ahead and add 1 inch for your hemming allowance. Now on the under bust, I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches at the both side, taking it from the under bust down to the full length of the blouse. 1.5, 1.5 at the both side. I'll just connect the dart leg lines like this. Now after that, I'm just going to go ahead and curve it out from the bust to the under bust, like the way we normally curve out our cup. I'll just curve the both side like so, connecting it from the bust down to the under bust. Now my client wanted that her cup to cover her her bust a little, so I'm just going to go up from the chest line with 1.5 inches. Okay, now having marked that, from the chest line under it, beneath it, I'm just going to mark 0.7 inches down. Then from the bust area, I'm just going to come in with 1 inch, then mark it to meet to the 0.7 inches I came down from the chest line. I'll just mark it a straight line, connecting it from that place down to the bust line. Okay, now I'm just going to place my French curve like so, to curve it out, starting from the bust to curve it out to the under bust. I am curving out our cup from that bust. I'll just curve it out to meet to the under bust line, as you can see here. I just hope you're seeing this clearly. I drafted this at night. Please, if you're not seeing it very clearly, just bear with me. Okay, I'm still connecting it. As you can see how that side is looking right now. Now I'm just going to go ahead from that chest line I went up with 1.5 inches. I'm just going to place my French curve and curve it out from that 1.5 inches I went up to the 0.7 inches I came down on the under the chest line. Okay, I'm just curving it out. So if you want to go up, you can use 1 inch, you can use half inch, but I use 1.5 inches because my client doesn't want her cup to the cleavage to be too exposed. Okay, so this is what I did. I took out 1 inch from that chest line that I went up with 1.5. I took out 1 inch at the bust, at the both side for the bust tightening. Okay, if you have been watching my videos, this is how I do my bust tightening. You must take out some dart from it. Now having done that, the next thing is to measure out what I have on this armhole curve. Is either to measure it out or you divide your nipple to nipple by 2 plus half an inch. Okay, to curve out this side cup, You can measure what you have on the armhole, divide it by 2, get the midpoint, and curve it out, connect it from there to the underbust, or you divide your nipple to nipple by 2 plus half an inch. So whatever I have here is what I'm just going to connect. I divided my nipple to nipple by 2, my client nipple to nipple by 2, okay, plus half an inch. That is how I got this curve. Okay, you can use what you have on that armhole area. It's still the same. Now the next thing I'm just going to go ahead to do is to put down some measurements. I'm just going to go ahead to put down some measurements. I'm just checking if the yoke that I just drafted is okay, and the length of the neckline that I really wanted. I marked it. I thought that the picture I'm recreating has a V neckline, and that is why I drew this. But I later realized that it doesn't have that V neckline. I'll still thank God I'm drafting this on the paper. That is why it's good for you to draft on the paper first. If you have any errors or any mistake, you can quickly correct it. Now after marking that, I'm just going to go ahead to put down my measurement. And this corset I'm making, I am going to be snatching the waist. You know how to snatch a waist. I have made a video on how to snatch a waist. Okay, look for that video. It's suitable for an advanced student. Look for it, watch it, and you're going to understand it. So I'll just put down my bust measurements plus I started taking the bust measurement on the chest line. Then I added the dart intake I took out from there, then plus seam allowance. So same thing goes to the underbust. I'll add my underbust measurement plus seam allowance and the dart intake there. Now coming to the waist, I am just going to go ahead and add my waist measurement plus seam allowance. Coming to the full length, I'm just going to go ahead and mark my hip measurement plus seam allowance, adding back the dart intake there. Okay, remember I said that I'm going to be snatching the waist. You can snatch your waist by, if it is, let me use, if your waist measurement is 32, you can go ahead, remove 2 inches or 3 inches, whatever that is left, divide it by 4 and add it back. But I wanted to use this as my darts, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my the inches I'm going to be taking out as my darts. I'll show you how I do that after connecting all the measurements together. So I am just taking out 3 inches from this darts from the waist measurement. Now coming on the side part, I'm just going to go up with 1.5 to curve it out. I wouldn't want the blouse to have a pointy mouth. Just going to curve it out like so to shape out that pointy sharp mouth or sharp edge. Okay, so I'll label the A and also the B for the cup. Now this is my yoke for the front. Now what I'm going to go ahead to do next is to cut the down part a little bit, but before I do that, I'm just going to use the, I deducted 3 inches for the waist snatching. I'm just going to divide it. Okay, like I said before, I have a video on how to snatch or that waist, okay, for corset. So like what I did here, I am going to measure what I have from this place you saw my tape placing. I'm going to measure what I have. They got the center point. I wanted to draw that line where my bone is going to be sitting. So whatever I have, I'm going to get the midpoint, then connect the lines straight up like this, and after that I'll take it downward. Then I am going to be dividing, taking out half inch on the both side. Like I have taken out some that before, so what is remaining here is just 1 inch for me to snatch. So I'm just taking out half inch the waistline of that leg there, then connecting it to meet to the bust area like so. You can see the way I'm just drawing out the diagonal that line like so. So having done that, I am done. So I just took out 3 inches from my waist. Okay, so you can see that I have tampered with some measurements, some inches on the bust area and on the under bust. I'm going to be marking it outside, like reconnecting the shape measurement like so. And I have figured out, after snatching your waist, please make sure that you remeasure your waist again to know if you have your allowance. If you don't have your allowance, go ahead and add your allowance. So I just put back what I took out from the under bust and on the bust area, connecting the shape like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark my number 1, number 2, and number 3. So now it's going to be easy for me to have my boning channels. Okay, next is just to cut it out, but before I do that, I'm going to be drafting the back first. I will only cut the down part of the front. So after cutting, I'll keep it aside and start with the back. I'll still come back for it. Now this is the back. I am just marking the shoulder. From the shoulder, I'll get my bust. From there, I'll get the under bust. From there, I'm just going to get the waist and also the full length. Guys, I always say this: while making a corset, I always put my under bust measurement to be sure, to be accurate of my measurement, because I wouldn't want it to give me any shapeless or fit. Okay, so I always add my under bust at the back. I don't know how you do yours, but this is how I got my own. Then the back is normally 1 inch shorter than the front. Go ahead and put your allowance. Okay, now after marking out the lines, I'm just going to go ahead to get my where my chest line is going to be 4. I'll mark it. From there, I'll connect straight up to meet to the shoulder, the armhole area. Now I'm just going to go ahead and mark my neck width of 4 inches. Then the depth is going to be 1.5 for the back. So if you watch, you can see that corset doesn't have a zipper allowance, unless you wanted to add your zipper allowance. This is going to be having a loop, so I don't add any zipper allowance to this. So I'll divide whatever I have on the armhole, get the midpoint, come in with 0.7 inches and 0.5 inches and curve it out like so. So I'm just going to go ahead to put my bust span divide by 2. I'll mark it down from the chest line down to the full length. Now I'm going to go ahead to label my bust, under bust, waist, and the full length. So next is to take out some that intake from the waist. I'm just going to go ahead and mark half inch on the waist and connect it from there to the bust area like so, to the chest line. I'll connect it down. Now I am working with a waist measurement of 32 inches, and I said before that I am taking out 3 inches from this. So after marking 1 inch on the waist remaining, that is going to be remaining 31 uh inches. Okay, so I'll just keep it aside. I'll still come back on the waist. I'm putting down some measurement on the chest line. I'll put my bust measurement divided by 4 plus seam allowance, and if any that intake was there, I'm just going to mark it down. So whatever I have on the chest line on the bust point, I'm just going to connect it down to the bust point or to the chest line. Same things goes to the under bust. I'm just going to put my under bust measurement plus the that intake I took out plus same allowance. Now on the waistline, I wanted to make extra one dart line. Now I'm just going to um take out 1 inch, remaining 30 inches. So what I have to measure there is 29 inches. So I'll throw away 1 inch, remaining 30 inches. Now for the waist snatching, it's going to be remaining 1 inch, so I'm going to be taking out extra 1 inch for this on the waist. Okay, now I am putting down the waist measurement. I just put 30 inches divided by 4 plus same allowance. There I am still going to take out 1 inch from there. So I'm on the full length, I'm going to put my hip measurement divided by 4 plus same allowance. If there is any little that intake, I'm going to add it back. So after that, I'm just going to go ahead and connect the lines like this. So please watch the way I am just curving out everything using my French curve. Now coming to the waist, I'm just going to measure what I have on these side parts, get the midpoint and the mark. After getting the midpoint, I'm just going to go ahead and rule the lines like this, connecting it from the down part to the upper area like so. Now I'm just going to go ahead from that same waist measurement. Remember, I have 1 inch for my that snatching, waist snatching. I'm just going to take out half inch on the both side, then connecting it to the bust area. So in this pattern, or in this style, I just have 29 inches on the waist. Okay, so you can use your that intake to snatch your waist. Okay, it's going to give it that curvy shape effect. And after that, I'm just going to remeasure. I'm just going to remeasure what I have on the waist, knowing if I have run out, if I my measurement is shorting or not. And I notice I have some of the measurement just shorting out, and that is why I connected it. Remember, I took out some that allowance from the under bust and to the bust area. That is what I just reconnected. So I'm just marking this on the center part of this back pattern. I'm marking out 1 inch for the lacing. I am taking out 1 inch for the lacing. Okay, so this place I'm just shading right now is going to be cutting out. You can take out 1.5, but I just took out 1 inch. Okay, and for the yoke, I'm just going to carve out a little opening at the back, but I'm not sure if I'm going to still use that opening. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead to label my number 1, number 2 and number 3. This is how to snatch a waist. I hope you understand this. And from the side parts, I'm just going to go ahead with 1.5 inches and curve it out like so. This tutorial, guys, is very simple. So after doing that, I am going to carve out a little curvy shape on the yoke, but I don't know that my camera is no longer filming it when I draw that out. So this is what I'm talking about. I have from the neck area, I came down with 2 inches, and I just use my French curve like this, placing it like so. You can see that it's the curvy area was standing on that leg. Okay, I just curve it like so. You can see the way I'm taking my pencil to illustrate it. Sorry. So now is to cut. This is the front, so I'm just cutting it out. And guys, I think I will be stopping here because I wouldn't want this video to be too long, and I hope you have learned something. You can watch the way I am just cutting it out, and while cutting on your fabric, make sure to add half inch on your corset paper, okay, and even on the corset that we just drew. I'll still bring the sewing tutorial here. And please use your marker to indicate where the where is going to be facing each other on the cup. I'll still show you that. I'm just going to go ahead and cut the back. So guys, corset is very simple if you don't know all the pattern to use. Very simple. So now this is what I have for the back, and you can see that the back is looking very beautiful. Okay, I will label the center back 1, center back 2, and center back 3. Now just keep it aside. Now this is the front. I have the center front 1, center front 2, and center front 3. Please, you can see that I'm using my marker to indicate where the corset is going to be facing each other. I also do the same thing on the upper area. Stay tuned for the sewing tutorial. Till then, bye for now.